addresses any of this stuff. They just all nod to okay, and then they snicker when they leave. They, well, how friggin' ridiculous it is, and nobody's going to be able to live up to it. Well, no, I know, but what we need to do as timber people is get together and bring some reality to this, bring some common sense to this. You can't run 10, 12-ton equipment through clay. Around here, there's spring seeps everywhere. Well, you culvert them, you pipe them. Well, I do, but you can't culvert something. Like if you're digging into a hill, a hill, you know, and usually the roads are already in on these jobs. That was another complaint they had, that I put the road too close to the stream, didn't leave a 50-foot buffer. Well, I didn't put the road in. The road was in there for years and years and years and years and years. I just used an existing road. So this road was put in before your silly little rules were made. So then, what do you want me to do? How do I get that timber out? Just tell the landowner, well, that's worthless now, they condemned it. And if they do condemn that area and I can't get into it, then somebody needs to compensate me and the landowner for the value of the timber. Because you're allowed to cut, I shouldn't even say you're allowed, but whatever. It's all right, it's acceptable to cut the timber out of a filter strip. Now, I usually try and leave smaller stuff along the streams and buffers, but if there's valuable timber, the landowner wants it. Okay, and I'd like to get it too, and maybe make some money while I'm here, you know. So the idea is, you can't go with, okay, so this road was already here. So, what, it's my fault because I opened the road back up and use it, and then I closed it and water barred it, and absolutely there's some silt got in the creek. I mean, there's no way to control, you can't stop that. There's no way to do it. So, but in Pennsylvania, they claim that anything, leaves, needles, pine needles, sticks, it's all pollution in the water. It's like, really? So I went out, did they sue God when a tree falls in the river? I don't know. I don't understand how they arrive at this. Who thinks of this stuff? But something needs to be done about this, because it's absolutely ridiculous. If a little bit of dirt from here washes and goes in the creek, and literally in a couple hours it's settled out, it's crystal clear, it's the same dirt that was there originally anyway. And I understand we don't want, you know, buckets and I don't want to plug the stream, I understand, but you can't do this without creating some silt. You just can't. It's impossible. So either we need to ban logging, or we need to get some common sense people in here who understand this and can see that we tried to control the best we could, but it's impossible to stop every little bit of it. You just can't do it, especially when it rains every day, all day, for months and months and months and months and months. And I'm getting sick and tired of being, you know, all the mills that are for the SFI and the greenie weenie, and oh, we're so environmentally friendly, we're da, 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 da. And they pass the expense down to me, the logger, not just me, but any logger. Any of the contracts now you see, you know, from these private consultants, everything is passed on to the logger. The logger, the guy who's got to go get this out and fight all the elements, is the evil villain. And everybody else is innocent in this. Everybody. The landowner who profits from the stuff being done, the mills who profit from the product you bring them, the foresters who profit from their percentage on the job, everybody but the evil bad logger. Everything falls on the logger, and it's getting old really fast. Somebody else needs to step in and say, no, we realize that everything can't be passed onto this guy's shoulders and expected to be perfect. It's not reality. It's not going to happen. Everybody can shake their head and nod, oh yeah, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do... That's fine, but who's paying for it? So we need to start talking about COC, cost of compliance, because I can't absorb it all. No one entity should have to absorb it all or be responsible for it all. So this stuff's been bothering me for a while, just talking out loud, but I'm going to see maybe about getting a hold of some groups here in Pennsylvania and other areas about, you know, getting some common sense involved here, because it's getting to the point where it's futile. You can't do this stuff and not disrupt stuff. And then if you're going to have a government agency just harass you, I mean, you know, the pictures they sent me, it's some brush, you know, And there's one area they sent me a picture of where I had it piped. You know, I had like 2 or 3 culverts, and then what we do is we put culverts in, and then we'll pole them, and then we'll put brush in. Because if you take around here, this clay is so mucky. If you just dig it out, put a pipe in, and then put the clay back in, it doesn't work. I mean, you pipe, you know, it's mushy. It's, you know, you get this pumping action, and it just pumps mud up through, and it clogs the pipe, and then the pipe floods over in a couple passes. So you might as well not even put the pipe in. It just doesn't work. So, but the way it does work pretty good is if you put the pipes in, and then you pole them, and then put some brush on it, it at least gives it some give and gives it a little bit of filtration, and the brush kind of packs the mud. It keeps the mud from just flowing into your pipes. But when you're done, you pull that out, you've got some loose mud here, and you've got, you know, you scrape it up the best you can, you pull your pipes out, but the brush really helps to hold that. You know, you don't really want to take that brush out, because it's like a mulch mat, right? Like a beaver dam. And they take a picture of that and say it's unpermitted fill. Well, what's that mean? What, do I gotta get a permit? I don't get it. It don't make no sense to me, so whatever. But I'm gonna keep informed about that. I'm just getting the stuff off my chest, kind of giving my side of the story. But I think I'm gonna pursue this and getting some of this stuff changed and getting some practical common sense involved here, because these people, they've never logged. They don't know anything about, you know, about trying to harvest timber in a wet area. And another thing, you know, it's way different when you're at a construction site and they make you put, it's ridiculous anymore how stupid it is, but that's chip, what do you call that? Silt sock and all that, and silt fence. It's different. You know, you're over here, you're in a graveled area, right? Because in a construction site, you know, basically you strip the loom off, the topsoil, you put it in a pile, then they mulch it or whatever, and they put a, you know, thing to contain the runoff, because God forbid a little bit of that topsoil runs onto some more topsoil. But anyway, you know, all right, and then you're over here with a machine, a bulldozer, or a backhoe, and or an excavator, and you're moving gravel. You're not dragging stuff. And I don't really, I mean, I'm not being facetious here. I don't think they realize that. I don't think they understand that, you know, it's not, it's like comparing apples to cactus trees. It's just not even a comparable comparison. And honest to God, I just don't think they realize that. And they think that because it works in a parking lot somewhere, it's going to work out in the woods, and it just simply doesn't. And it needs to be addressed, because you know, we go to pretty good measures to prevent. I don't want to pollute anything. I don't want to, you know, but I don't think a little bit of dirt is a long-term bother. And brush, it may look like crap for a while, but it's actually the best thing that could ever happen, because like I said, it rots slowly. It puts nitrogen back into the ground. Stuff will grow on it and come back up through. And it's a perfectly natural element, substance. Now, to me, introducing chemical fertilizers in grass that doesn't belong there, I don't see what's so great about that. Now, I can see, all right, if you've got a bank that's eroding all the time, fine, I understand, mulch it, this and that and the other. But if you've got an area stabilized already with brush, why do you want to rip it all up and get it all loose again and start over? Well, it doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever. Okay, I'm going to let you go, because I got lots to do, and you're probably sick of hearing me chatter, but it'd be interesting to see what kind of remarks I get from that. I think anybody in the logging industry can relate to what I'm talking about, and it really is. It's at the point where it's, you know, it's kind of silly. I mean, you know, you can't log without disrupting stuff, and you're not gonna make it perfect. It is good to try and keep everything right. And on this job, we did have a main road that we used, and we never got back and closed it. And they got the legitimate beef there. I just didn't put my water bars in. They were in, but we drove over them and, you know, flattened them out again, because we ended up having to use. We couldn't go out the one way. The township wouldn't let us go out. When we started the job, we were going to try and divide it, take half out one way, half out the other way. They wouldn't let us bond the road, so we ended up having to change midstream, and take everything out one way. So there's a lot of elements to it. All right, guys. Well, I'll talk to you later. Ta-ta, guys.